You're now watching the Mystical Green Beanie.
Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? I am the Mystical Green Beanie, and today I wanted to talk about Spider-Man PS4 just briefly. Now, this goes without saying, but I am hyped for this game. This is actually the most hyped I've been for a mainstream video game since Batman Arkham Knight. And speaking of which, that's actually what I wanted to get into. So, I can't help but notice that the hype surrounding Spider-Man PS4 matches the hype that was surrounding Batman Arkham Knight. You know, when Sefton Hill and the crew over at Rocksteady were building hype and doing interviews, and the trailers were coming out, and everybody was breaking them down and analyzing every minute detail in the trailers and coming up with these radical fan theories regarding the story. Meanwhile, the combat kept being touted as this vast improvement on Rocksteady's revolutionary free-flow combat system, even though all you literally have to do is press square and triangle, but whatever. Oh, and the Batmobile. They hyped the hell out of the Batmobile and Batmobile traversal in combat. And everyone either hated it or... Actually, no, everyone just hated it. I mean, I didn't. Then again, I'm actually good at the tank battles, and I get the feeling that a lot of people just weren't, and that's what frustrated them. And then there's the obvious matter of the Arkham Knight being Jason Todd, and how dumb everyone thought that was, and how this game's story devolves yet again into another Joker story while Scarecrow takes a back seat. And by the time the game came out, everyone who hyped Arkham Knight as the best thing since, I don't know, Pornhub divided their videos into categories, was massively disappointed. Because of course they were. The game was never going to live up to the hype that surrounded it. And neither will Spider-Man PS4. Because looking at the trailers, at best, it looks like an HD remake of Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, with slightly less realistic web-swinging mechanics, just for the sake of more fluid traversal. Seriously, in combat, you juggle enemies in the air, just like in Spider-Man 2, and just like in Spider-Man Web of Shadows, as well as Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions now that I think about it too. And you can also swing enemies around, just like in Spider-Man 2, as well as Shattered Dimensions. And you can also use objects from the environment as weapons by swinging them around on your web line, just like in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. And the webs attach to actual anchor points in the environment, just like in Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2, and just like Ultimate Spider-Man. And you can also perform finishing moves on enemies, just like in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Hell, you can even interact with civilians just like in The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And there's also a stealth system in place, just like Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, the Amazing Spider-Man movie tie-in game, and the movie tie-in game for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And this game also takes place in a greater Marvel universe, just like literally every Spider-Man game that wasn't a movie tie-in, with the odd exception of Spider-Man Friend or Foe. And like I said, I'm still really hyped for this game, but based off what we've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be much new content being brought to the table in Spider-Man PS4, except for maybe a gadget wheel and a few gadgets. If anything, it looks like Insomniac is just taking elements from all the previous Spider-Man games and implementing them into one product, because we finally have the technology capable of achieving that. And not to sound like a broken record, but I'm still mad hyped for this game, deadass, B. But I think a lot of you guys who are going out there saying that Insomniac Spider-Man PS4 is going to be the greatest PS4 game ever are going to be the ones who end up the most disappointed. And I'm not trying to be a wet blanket here, but I just want you guys to keep your expectations in check. Because yes, this game looks like it'll be a lot of fun. In fact, I think that's an understatement. This game looks amazing, spectacular even, but it doesn't look all that new. And I can guarantee you that within the first 2 months of the game's release, there will be videos where people are saying, "See, let me tell you why Spider-Man PS4 is literally just every Spider-Man video game that's come out before it." Like, yeah, no shit. It's not like we've had 2 years worth of trailers and gameplay footage and interviews that let us know that in advance. Dumbass. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Are you still hyped for Spider-Man PS4? Are you not? I feel like that's a stupid question. I think everyone is hyped for Spider-Man PS4, but you never know. That's why I ask. But let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share, support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you have to do is subscribe. I'm the Mystical Green Beanie. Thank you for watching, and as always, until next time, adios nachos, adios.